afternoon, or yeah, evening, right? So he's doing a show at night. Uh, Morning, everybody out there, and or whenever you end up watching this, because it will be available in replay. Breaking this morning, I mean, based on stories that have been coming out since last night, Vince McMahon has returned to the board of directors for WWE, essentially forcing his way onto the board using his majority. Damn, it's early. His majority shareholder status as being the sole majority shareholder, holding well over 50% of the company's stock. He has forced his way back onto the board of directors, uh, coming up this year, I believe, if I remember correctly from the reports I was reading earlier. WWE is going to be coming up on renewing contracts for their media content on places like USA Network and other areas. And apparently, Vince stated that if they didn't return him to the board of directors, that he will stop any renewal of any contracts. So, yeah, we speculated about this in the past on the show when the whole thing where Vince retired and everything, yada, yada, yada. And it appears that, yeah, I mean, as long as he holds as much stock as he does in the company, like Kingpin just sat there in the stats. Good morning, by the way. He could do whatever he wants, and all he's got to do is call for a shareholders meeting or a vote, and nobody can stop him. He essentially owns the company, with everybody else is owning little bits of it. For example, say he owns 60% of the company. That only leaves 40% for everybody else out there. He could have all 40% of the other shareholders vote against him. His one vote trumps everything they do. So, and this is also leading to speculation that they may be selling and that he's pulling this maneuver because he stands to gain more for the company sold if he's on the board. And he's also calling for himself to be reinstated as the the executive chairman of the board. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. So, but yeah, I wanted to get this out there while it's breaking. But yes, Vince McMahon has returned to the WWE as a member, as so far only as a member of the board of directors. But that's all he needs to do to be able to completely take control of the company once again. And it's got some people speculating on what's going to happen with creative and everything with the company. Yeah, exactly, Kingpin. Just when the matches were getting good, that's exactly where I was getting to when I'm bringing up about creative and everything. Because if Vince goes back to creative, uh, it doesn't. We're gonna have Austin Theory as the little bitch that he was before, instead of what he's becoming now, which is a more badass type of. He's still the conniving little weasel, but he's more of a badass and not the "oh, my daddy Vince got me this spot" kind of that he was under Vince McMahon. What he was running creative, and that's just one thing that Vince was doing wrong on creative. And yeah, so another thing that Triple H has done as director of creative is he brought back a lot of the people that Vince fired. So if Vince comes back and puts himself back in creative, are those people out the door again? People like William Regal, for example. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see where this goes, but we'll definitely be talking about it tomorrow night on the wrestling show, on our usual Saturday evening show broadcast that we do once a week. I was wanting to do a year in review thing, but we're definitely going to tomorrow night. But we'll definitely have to talk about this subject as well when I have the panel to discuss it. So until then, y'all have a good day, and we'll catch y'all later.